Dripping like a boss, I'm dripping, dripping, dripping in the sauce, I'm dripping, dripping, dripping like a boss, I'm dripping, dripping, dripping in the sauce, I'm dripping, dripping, dripping like a boss, I'm dripping.
So, I can now record this video about what we've been doing for the last, it's been 24 hours, right? Or have we get off the plane, right? We get off the plane, he picks us up, we drive around Houston, right? Houston's a pretty cool city, okay? I like it a lot. And then we go to the studio, right? So we gotta go to the studio to do a song with Rizzo and Saucewalker, okay? And we're really stoked because we were hoping, we're here for 4 days and we were hoping that happened like throughout the span of it, but we really hoped that we could get it all done at once because we had a really specific way that we wanted to go in there, and we plan out things very meticulously with how we do them. Especially in hip hop, artists will just go into the studio real loose and real lax, and unfortunately that shows in their music. And so we've seen that, and so we don't do that, and so we always have a plan. We always have goals. We always, know what each one of us is doing to contribute to the success of the whole of the team. And as soon as we pull up to the studio, it's execute. And a session can be anywhere from an hour to 5. You're dealing with lots of new people in and out, different places, different customs, and it's a battleground and it's game time right at that point in time. And so my job as a manager is to basically be all of the senses that Parks cannot be, so that he can go in there and crush the track, which is exactly what he did. Right, and so we get there, we meet up with Joe Mesius. Joe Mesius was there, right? He came down so that he could help us out there in the studio, and then he had to actually cut for another meeting up in Kansas City for another feature on another song, which y'all will find about when you need to. So we go in, and this is my very favorite part of being Parks' manager, right? Because for the most part right now, like when we go to other places, when we go to see other people who haven't been exposed to Parks, they don't know how skilled and how good he is, right? And when you see like people like me and Parks and Joe and Connor, show up in the hood to a music studio, right? People are like, what's going on here, and especially, we're super professional on top, and then Parks goes in and one takes it every single time. Swear on my mom. Parks one takes it every single time, doesn't he, Connor?
What?
One take, Parks, every time. That's it. That's all we need. It's one, really. We'll do 3 or 4, but that's really for them, so they can hear it again. So we one take, we got in there, he smashed it, he laid it down, and then, because at that point in time, like any tension that was ever there because of just, normal men getting together in a competitive situation is like no longer there. And then everyone relaxes and they're like, oh, these guys are a real rapper, oh, these guys, yeah, that's good, right? And it's really important, as a manager to be able to move through those situations and move your artist through those situations and provide any type of support that they need to feel, you know, comfortable, so that they can fucking rip it like every single time. After Parks goes in and he, you know, destroys his verse and everything, gets it all recorded. How long did that take? Probably Parks like 15 minutes. Not even 15 minutes. And Parks, you know, he put down his part, you know, just did it a couple times, takes over and over. Shoot, it was good. You know, during that point in time, you know, as a manager, like what I'm doing, like, and this is how, you know, it works best for Parks and I, is that, you know, when we're in a situation like that, I'm doing a lot of observing. You know, what I see a lot of managers do in situations like that is like just wear everybody out talking. And there will be like a time and a place to talk business, right? So that's going on, you know. As the takes are going through, you know, Joe Mesius is speaking with the engineer and making sure, you know, kind of everything goes on the way you want it. Because one thing that's definitely something you want to do is when you have your artist and you guys are in the studio, if you're not privy or if you don't know about the recording process, get someone in there who does, who's on your team, and make sure that it's being recorded the way that you want it to be recorded. Because I'll tell you what, when your time's up and it's time to go, like, it's time to go. And if you're not gonna pay more, you're just gonna be stuck the way it is. And you know, there's been people that have purchased time and features, and because they didn't pay attention to the way that it was recorded, they ended up with a product that they weren't really proud of. So make sure that, you know, you do that. So after that, Rizzo comes in, you know, Rizzo kills it, all is good. And then on the last verse was Sauce Walker, who came in, and that was really cool too. That was really unique. Everybody there was super supportive and was really into, you know, Parks' movement and his music, and that's dope to see too. Because, you know, like I've said before, we've been at this for a long time, and sure, as of recently, things have jumped exponentially, but it's been a long time coming. Unfortunately, in entertainment, that's what you have to do, is anytime you're working hard and you get acknowledgement for working hard, you don't sit back, you have to actually work harder. And so, you know, but that's a blessing. So yeah, so after that, you know, Sauce Walker was really stoked to be on the track. And afterwards, Parks gave him a rap, gave him this super awesome rap, which, you know, we've had people offer us 10,000, shoot, a lot. And so he gave him that. He was really stoked on that gift. And with that, you know, we were getting ready to leave. Me and Connor were like packing up. We're like, all right, cool, great, it was great. And then Sauce Walker was outside Parks, and then all of a sudden, you know, we're walking out and Parks is like, oh, well, let's just go shoot the video right now, you know. And we went back in the studio, ran the track again, and got more amazing footage, you know. And it was really cool of them to do that for us, right? It was all around pretty great experience. And so that all happened like within the first 14 hours that we were here. You know, we got back to the Airbnb quite late last night, and hit the Flap House, and we crashed out. And this morning we woke up, we went to Johnny Dang's, which I'm sure you know Johnny Dang. If you don't know Johnny Dang, you probably know his work, because just about everybody in the entertainment and rap industry gets Johnny Dang pieces. Post Malone is one of the most popular recent ones that uses Johnny Dang. He's just huge. If you've heard of Jacob the Jeweler in New York, he's the Jacob the Jeweler of the whole entire South, if not the rest of the United States. Oh, we're gonna buy one more chain, actually. Okay. Connor, you're up. So we went to Johnny Dang's, and we got some bling here. I'll show you here. You know, just a little something. And so we went and we met Marcus Manchild at a Starbucks again, and we met him with Shane. You know, Shane kind of linked us with him because that's who Shane manages. And that was really another awesome experience. It's kind of thanks to Marcus that all this kind of got pushed in and set up, and so we just wanted to, you know, meet up with him and say thank you, and you know, basically just show respect and show love, because that's so important in this industry.
So he ends up listening to all our shit.
Yeah, and then so he's heard already what transpired the night before, and that this white kid from Colorado is spitting hot fire, right? And so he comes and he's just real cool, and he listens to tons of music all the way through, you know, and he's super pumped on it. And long story short, like, we're about to go back to the studio, a different studio up north later tonight, and do another track. Yeah, like that. So, you know, it's been an amazing trip, you know, and I kind of attest a lot of it to our planning. You know, I attest it to experience, you know, of course, primarily on the artist Parks' shoulders for his skill, because that is like the product. So as a manager, if you're thinking of this objectively like a business, like you have your product, right? And you have to sell your product, right? And your product's really hard to sell if nobody wants it. It's really hard to sell if it's just like all the others. It's really hard to sell if it's a shitty fucking product and you can't work with it, right? So Parks, being as professional as he is, and having an artist that has their shit together and that really wants this, makes it so much more enjoyable and motivating as a manager to go all out, you know, because there's no reservations of putting in more work, right? Because it doesn't exist, because me and Connor and Joe and Parks are all going hard all the time. And that's what it takes. So, day 2 is over. We're going to the beach. We're going to go to the beach tomorrow. I'm sure sometime next week we'll have even more better edited footage and music for y'all's. Like and subscribe to continue on this journey. You know, I spoke to some people that I know. We'll go to New York. All right. I'm Kai Phoenix. We'll see you next time. Like and subscribe. Peace.